In this video, I'm going to talk about a way that so many men and women kill attraction. And this is because they're too needy. Nobody finds someone who's needy and clingy and pushy attractive. We often find people attractive who emanate a semblance of detachment. And the law of detachment, as described by Swami Vivekananda, is the way we attract good things into our life. It's the way we get nature to bend to our will. It's the way we gain attraction. Why is this? Is it because we are naturally attracted to things that are independent, that are already fulfilled and already whole, and that when we express clinginess or neediness or pushiness, what we are really doing is signaling our inner state and feeling of lack to the universe and to the people around us? I think it's true. There was once an instance where this girl was really attracted to me, but I was just a bit too pushy in trying to get her to meet because I'm not about all the games, I'm not about all the playing, about, you know, the things that this generation kind of want to partake in. I'm not a fan of that, and I prefer just being real and upfront. And that actually hurt me in this case because I feel like she saw it as he's too pushy, he's too needy. You know, has he not got other girls that want to see him and stuff like that? That wasn't the case. It's just I responded to it without thinking about how it was going to change that person's perspective of me. And we need to understand that. We don't need to necessarily care or obsess about it, but we need to be aware of it and we need to take it into account, and act on that knowledge. And I was just a bit too forward. I was a bit too eager, you know. And that's why I feel like nonchalantness has become so attractive in this society. But once you get with someone, then you can kind of change the dynamic of your relationship, right? It's different. It's a different thing gaining attraction to maintaining attraction, right? I think that's probably quite common sense. But nonetheless, eagerness and neediness, they kill attraction. They really do. And so you need to work on developing an inner state of wholeness within yourself and a kind of attitude like, I'm just going to let things come to me. Like, I mean, if somebody likes me enough, they're going to keep pursuing me and then I'm going to respond to that. But some people, what they kind of want is they want a game, they want a chase, they want a bit of anticipation, a bit of mystery, you know, all fundamental aspects of courtship, I guess, romantic courtship. But there's nothing inherently wrong with kind of changing your behavior slightly to kind of elucidate that reaction. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but if you're doing it to dark ends, if you're doing it just to use these people and then leave them or use them for your own needs, your own selfish, impulsive needs, then that's not right. But if you use them to gain attraction from somebody you actually like and somebody you could potentially see a future with and somebody you just want to get to know, then that's good as well. But at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like we are more attracted to people who are more detached, people who are more just okay with the way things are, and they're not trying to get anything. They're already content the way they are. You know, they may have ambitions, they may have things they're working towards, like goals and dreams and hopes, but they are also happy now. They are also whole now. They do not need anything else to make them feel better or make them feel whole or whatever. And that's where desperation comes into it as well, because the more desperately you try and cling to something, the further it pulls away from you. The more you chase something, often the further it runs away. And so often, I think the best approach is to, as it says, I think in a famous proverb, is to build a nice garden if you want butterflies, if you want beautiful butterflies to be in your presence. Build a nice garden. Building a nice garden is not easy. It's not quick. It's going to take time. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be laborious, but it's the only real way to build something meaningful and sustainable over time, and to take responsibility for what you encounter in this world, is to build yourself. Build yourself into someone who attracts what you want. Don't keep chasing, because when you chase the butterflies, they fly away. And it may seem like in the short term, oh, this is easier than building a nice garden. I'm just going to get my net and I'm going to go swinging for the butterflies. I'm going to catch them. It's going to be easier. And that's kind of like the short term results that, the kind of game industry, right? Like pickup artists and all this stuff. That's what they kind of focus on, the short term results. But when you build something within yourself, when you know what you want, like for example, you want a good relationship, you want a wife, you want marriage, whatever, you want monogamy, you know what you want, so you can clearly set your sights on that, and you can build yourself into the person that can have that relationship, that can maintain it, that can understand the pros and the cons of it, and that can deal with them forthrightly and adequately. Because oftentimes life doesn't give us what we're wanting, it gives us what we are ready for. It gives us what we already are. And so if you're desperate, if you're constantly trying to cling, if you're eager, too eager, then that's going to signal to the universe that you feel lack within yourself and you're not already whole. And so why is anything going to want to come to you? It's not. And so focus on developing that feeling within yourself first. Don't wait for an external occurrence to bring that feeling to you, and focus on building yourself into the person that can attract what you want into your life, rather than constantly chasing what you want to no avail. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped, make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with someone you think may need to hear this. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.